So from the beginning, I'd just like to quickly explain what we've got here on the front page. So for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about when it comes to carrots, essentially the analogy we're using here is a donkey. If you can imagine a donkey being smacked on the bum all day long, they're notoriously
trying to get it moving.
They're notoriously stubborn. They don't move unless they've got an incentive. And human nature dictates that we all need an incentive to do things that are outside of our comfort zones.
And just like children, you know, we always bribe them, don't we? And we always make sure that something is fun, exciting, and that there's a reward at the end to make you want to work. And we don't grow out of that. We like to think we grow out of that, but we actually don't.
No.
So this is the kind of approach that we like to take in body transformations.
And when it comes to the crux of it, and you know, a lot of people come to us, and the mums come to Megan to find out what they need to eat, and realise that it's much more to that. So because of that discomfort, there needs to be something that is alluring, exciting, maybe a little bit scary, something that is a reward.
Yeah, and because you know that by now that we teach that success is a journey, it's not a destination, and it's not going to happen in 8 weeks or 10 weeks or 12 weeks. So it's going to be a while before you get exactly where you want to be. Why not enjoy the process and have something to work towards along the way?
So this is Nikki here on the left, and this is Nikki's second photo shoot?
Yep, second photo shoot. So she had a photo shoot, blackmailed herself last year with the photo shoot, a beautiful boudoir photo shoot, lovely surprise for her fiance. And they were getting married this year, and I think it was April, or was it May? And she got married this year, so she worked really hard to get towards her wedding bod, but she didn't want to stop there. So she just completed her second photo shoot, and she's going for the third in October.
Yeah, so that's 4 carats she's had so far.
Yep.
And
she's gotten better and better and better along the way.
That's the cool thing. You need to disperse the carats along the way in regular intervals so that you never get bored and you can stay consistent.
And just like Simone has said in her post, if you haven't seen it yet, she said that you know, there's nothing like being a mum and being able to have something to work towards that you can get glammed up for.
Yeah.
She loved getting the makeup done and her hair done, picking out new clothes for herself, because when do we ever get to do that?
And a lot of mums have said to us in the past that they've not been, not felt that way since their wedding day.
Yeah,
so that's very
and it was, you know, with Simone, it was the same thing 5 years ago.
Yep.
She has not had that done yet. So she hasn't had that. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into the slides. And as you can see here, we've got Nikki and Christy.
Yep, Mama Christy. And she was so surprised. She was so nervous, wanting to pull out.
Yeah.
And then she had an amazing time, and it's given her a fire and a belly for the next one in October.
And that's the beauty about these things. The first photo shoot is often the scariest.
It's the fear of the unknown.
It's the fear of the unknown that really it can make you go one of two ways. And in Christy's case, she had no choice but to turn up on the day, really. Or in her
I didn't really give her much of a choice.
And she honestly probably didn't feel as comfortable as she would have liked, but she had the O moment, and the O moment I describe as that moment where you're like, oh wow, like I've got so much more to achieve. And it sort of excites you.
Yes, it excites you, and it puts a fire in your belly.
Yeah, and that's what Christy got that day. And she could see Nikki, who was absolutely in her zone.
And she's known Nikki has worked with us for a couple of years now, and she's seen how far she has come.
So it's that whole aspect of getting yourself out of the comfort zone, but having that support network around you too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, there's a beautiful mamas, both of 2. Kat Henafay and Ruth.
Yeah. And they did the photo shoot back in 2017.
Yeah, not last year, the year before.
Yeah, it's 2017.
We had a studio photo shoot
up at the gym that we have, and
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was good. We had that was great. So As you can see here, we had Danny DeMello up, and this was Megan and the girls watching Megan from the sidelines with her photo shoot as well.
And that photo, I just want to go back to that quickly. That other photo is
on the right.
On the right is my role model challenge photo that I did last year. So not only do I expect my mamas to do something scary and outside their comfort zone, I also put myself in those shoes, and I did something that I'm doing this year as well, where I get myself completely out of my comfort zone. So I worked really hard, progressed myself, and then had to learn how to pose, had to get a costume organized, hair, makeup, a lot, and do a catwalk in front of people that were watching me. And then I also went live in a metabolic precision group.
I think it's important for trainers to do this because in terms of what I've experienced over a decade of being in the fitness industry, it's very easy as a trainer to just tell your clients
what to do,
to just go and do it, just go and eat it, just do your exercise, and it's not quite as simple as that, is it really?
No, you have to go through your own transformation to be able to put yourself in your client's shoes and like level up kind of thing. Like, yes, people would look at me and say, yes, she's fit, she's active, she's got a great, she's in shape. What more could she do? Well, that's where I have to level up, and I have to do more to show my mamas that I too need to step outside my comfort zone.
Or inspires them to step
out
of theirs.
Instead of me just sitting behind saying, do this, do that.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything more uninspiring than a trainer that is in their comfort zone telling someone else to get out of their comfort zone.
Oh, it just won't work.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah. So anyway, that's happening again for me this year, which is very exciting.
The carrots aren't limited to photo shoots. What a carrot is an incentive or a reward.
Reward. What you classify as a reward at the end.
So in the beginning, a carrot could be something as simple as holiday, a
night out,
like this one
night.
Here. Every year, in fact, we have an awards night in Melbourne that we aim for, and it's just a good night to get together with a bunch of people who are on the same journey or the same path as you, achieved more or less or so forth. And it's just night to let your hair down and celebrate the year's successes.
Yes. With a beautiful gown that you can work towards. Everyone wants to get glammed up and look awesome in your gowns.
Yep.
And then we have a great night celebrating all the hard work we've done all year. And then we get together with amazing, inspiring other people.
That's what we're really doing it for, isn't it? The whole body transformation thing. It's to feel comfortable at these kinds of events.
Yeah, when an event does come up or when a holiday does come up, you don't have to fret. Yeah.
You don't have to fret about being in shape for,
because you already are.
Your sister's wedding or whoever it might be, tying the
Which,
knot.
let's face it, if someone's getting married and you say, oh, yeah, I've got to fit in because I'm going to be a bridesmaid or I've got to fit into this, we never actually end up doing it.
No.
Or we do it we do it the wrong way and end up then going backwards afterwards.
Yeah.
ZFG, the other way.
Yeah. So I suppose the reason why we do go to the gym and we do eat healthy is to look good, feel good, and function well, and be confident at these kinds of events and for life in general. And these carrots, if you think of them, that they're experiences, and they give you a date to aim for, so that you have that pressure to
exactly, because if you don't have a date set to work towards something, then you're just going round and round on a hamster wheel and you're working for nothing. And it's a lot easier to go, oh, I won't go to the gym today, or I won't food prep today because I'm feeling tired or whatever, because there's nothing pushing you towards those actions. When there's that date, you're like, okay, well, I've got to keep doing this
because this is coming up.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason you need a carrot, and this is why carrots will make motivation and willpower obsolete. If you have the right carrot, you won't need. Hey, Helena, good to see you watching.
Hello.
You won't need motivation. You won't need willpower because you'll have a clear decision to make. You'll have the decision to go into the direction that you want to be in for the event, or
and you'll
in the
form those
opposite.
habits along the way without even knowing it.
Yeah,
and it's not until it's all said and done
you just
where
lit
you
my brain up, because you know what?
lit your brain up.
Lit my brain, not lit. Lit.
Oh, lit. I
Lit.
thought you said you just licked my brain up.
Why would I say lit?
I don't know. Continue on, please.
So you lit my brain up, because the whole learning phase that we go through as human beings is actually dependent on fun.
Yes.
And there's a lot of research behind this. It's why kids from 1 to 5 learn so fast, because everything is play based, everything is fun. It's why as we grow up into high school and adulthood, we actually learn at a much slower rate. So much so that, hey Jennifer,
hello Jan,
good to see you, mate. It's why we actually slow down in our learning abilities, because we stop having fun. So
for sure, and then that's why I'm always big on talking about playtime with my kids. And mums, get out there and play on the equipment, do your cardio or your exercise with your children where you get to play.
And for some, that's the carrot.
That's
a carrot.
That's a carrot. Monday afternoons, we always look forward to going to the skate park and on our rollerblades and playing tip. And I'll tell you what, that's cardio for me.
So I saw just Alicia say she needs to find her carrot, and that's the thing is a lot of people don't really know where to start when it comes to finding their carrot, and that's why we put on these events. We make these artificial kinds of carrots that you can start to work towards and experience. And the thing with learning is we need both positive and negative experiences to sort of accumulate. And going to a photo shoot not quite ready is that kind of negative experience that you need to make you push.
That can turn into a positive.
That can turn into a positive later on. And that you need actually to get you sort of to lift your game up a bit more. Here's some photos of the whole experience, and obviously it's not about just getting the photos done. It's I mean, look at us in the left down the bottom corner having a cappuccino in bed.
And asleep in after a year of hard work.
A big year of hard work. And we stayed at one of the shopping centres in Melbourne there, and we roamed the whole shopping centre that day, just enjoying ourselves.
Letting loose, not worrying about food prep, not worrying about anything else, but enjoying each other's company. Going for breakfast. If we felt like eating lunch, we went to the movies.
And when was the last time you did that?
That's right. We don't go to the movies, so that's the thing. When you work your butt off and then you do something like that, you think, oh, man, I deserve that. I deserve this. And it's the same as with my mamas here with their photo shoots here. I put on a spread, have some champagne. Let's celebrate. Let's
and you can
have
do
some
that.
Fun.
Like you can do that if you have gone, a few weeks without something off the plan, or if you've gone a few months with something off the plan, you can enjoy yourself and reap the rewards. But if you're doing it day in, day out, every other week, you sort of don't have a reason for doing it anymore, and it doesn't become as enjoyable.
No, it doesn't.
If you're eating takeout every week, if you're eating chocolate every week, you don't get the same experience as you do as when you've worked really hard for it, do you?
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, let's move on. Weddings are obviously a huge carrot, and ladies, this is probably why I've got the photo in here, because if by now you haven't actually grasped the concept of a carrot, just think back to or think about a wedding day and how motivated you would be to look your absolute best.
Yes, as we all are.
I think it is one of the biggest carrots that anybody could ever have is a wedding, but you can't get married every year, can you?
So you need to find other things apart from a wedding, but reasons to get glammed up every year.
Yeah. So just to wrap this all up, the secret to producing remarkable transformations lies in having the following. You need an end date.
Like we talked about. Yeah. If you're not, you're just going round and round for no purpose at all.
Yep. Because you can't simply just say, I'm going to eat healthy.
Yeah, and I'm going to exercise every day.
It doesn't. It never results in anything, does it?
No, we need to have a purpose in place, and have an end result in mind, and have an end date.
Because health is the byproduct; it's not the goal.
And then once you've completed that goal, you find a new goal, like Nikki did. She had her boudoir to help her get towards where she wanted to be for her wedding. Then she got to where she wanted to be for her wedding, and then so what she did is set a new date.
Exactly.
She set 2 new dates actually.
She did.
Yeah, so she's superstar right now.
So then there's the blackmail side of things as well, and this blackmail, it sounds a little bit untoward, but putting yourself in a position where you have no choice but to succeed is quite often the easiest way to make the hard decisions, make some of the sacrifices that you need to make to move in the direction that you want to move in terms of your body shape and your health and your energy levels. So think of blackmail as a set of circumstances which literally give you no choice but to succeed.
Yeah.
There's a book called The Blackmail Diet where this fella he committed $5,000 to the Nazi Party Trust, and if he didn't lose a certain amount of weight by a certain date, he would have to pay that $5,000 to the Nazi Party Trust. And the quote from his book was, due to the sum of money that was on the line and the where that money would go, he had literally no choice but to succeed. And it is an extreme example, but it was very effective. And you don't have to go to that level of extremes, but you can sort of see how you need to back yourself into a corner. I'll let you talk about the excitement, because you're an exciting kind of gal.
Yeah, I am an exciting kind of gal. So yeah, like I've talked about before, mamas, how often do we get it to be all about us, and get glammed up, have something exciting to work towards, where we get our hair done, our makeup done, outfits organized, and be about ourselves. And it does have to be a little bit scary. But when you are scared, I was just talking to my 9-year-old the other day when she went into Multicultural Day, and she was all dressed up very unique as she decided to go as an American Indian. And she said, "Oh, I'm really nervous. I'm really quite scared walking in." And I said, "That's just excitement, babe.
Yeah.
Like that is you, being so happy with what you've done and what you're going to go in and present, but you're nervous and excited at the same time, and and scary, and being nervous is actually a really great thing for you to grow and to change and become the person that you want to be."
Yeah,
and then having that experience, I can't even express to you the experience that I had last year with the Role Model Challenge. Like, that's something stepping way outside my comfort zone, and something that I wasn't even really interested in terms of posing and stage presence and all that kind of thing. Like, I thought that was a thing of my past. But to have that experience, and to have that experience with a bunch of people doing the same thing, and having that community, that network, that inner circle, and you make friends for life, and having that experience with them is just, speechless, really. And then I ended up working so hard that I won the Transformation of the Year award, and going through and having that experience too. It turns it into a lifetime experience, memories.
Yeah. So all of this stuff above turns information into action. And like we've openly said over the last 3.5 weeks, is there's a excess amount of information available out there. Making sense of that information, and more to the point, applying that information becomes really hard and conflicting. But when you have the right set of circumstances and the right people around you, you have support network, and you have the coach, you have the carrot. All of this stuff turns that information into action. If you've struggled to apply a healthy eating diet, if you struggle to apply a particular program, in the past, if you struggled to apply anything in the past, it's likely you haven't had the right carrot.
Yes, exactly right. And it just makes it more like you get more belief into thinking that it's actually achievable and more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like enjoying the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. So I just wanted to end with this. Everyone you see there had a carrot in one shape or another. And to achieve tangible body shape results that you keep, you must have a carrot. You must have something that excites you, something that draws you to this end result, because we know how good it feels once you're there. It's getting there that is the painful part, and having something that you can work towards really shines a light on that process and keeps you going, even when you don't feel like you want to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. You got no choice.
So that's
and you'll have
for
those times. Yeah. Let's wrap that up with that. And I hope that you've enjoyed this feed.
Tonight's lesson, yeah.
Yeah, tonight's lesson.
Yeah. It's
it gets us very excited and very passionate about.
It's something that really, I suppose, just highlights a whole nother area of body transformation that's literally untapped.
And a really much better approach.
Yeah, it's a totally new opportunity, really. If you've done anything in the past to try and change your body shape
and it hasn't worked,
this is a new opportunity. This is something that you've probably never done, and something that will definitely work. Anyway, that's us for tonight. The next one on Thursday night is Fit Mum and the Family.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about practical application in the house.
Yes.
With kids and with man kids.
Yeah, man kids or man women, parent and partners, whoever it may be in your household. We're going to talk about that.